everybody, my name is Starrapter and welcome back to the channel. This is my recap for Star Wars The High Republic Adventures issue number 5. Now normally I would do this in conjunction with a review of Marvel's Star Wars The High Republic, but since it's so important to get this one out to you guys before Wave 2 begins at the end of this month, I want to do its own separate recap. So that being said, we have Flashpoint on the planet or on the moon of Quantxi, which is a moon of Ord Mantell. We have Zeen Morala that is there trying to find her friend Krix. We also have the characters of Lula Talisolo, Court, and Farzala going after Zeen, and we have the characters of Buckets of Blood, of Cantum Sign, of Yoda also going there because they know Nile Presence is there, because they know Marchion Rose there grooming this kid Krix, and that is where everything converges because Krix is trying to follow these junk mongerers that are on this planet. Next thing you know, they get reinforcements, and there's a whole bunch of them attacking Marchion Row. While that is happening, we have Zeen Morala that basically gets shot down by Krix, who doesn't realize it's her, and she's trying to get through to Krix. She wants him to come back to her because they were both buddies growing up, and once he found out that she was Force sensitive, he did not like it because they grew up on this planet of Trayton 4, Trayston Fur, which basically doesn't like any Force users. So it was kind of a betrayal to Krix that Lula was, or that Zeen was actually kind of hiding this for forever. She is not successful and she resorts to anger. And at one point, she actually goes and tries to basically force choke her. And remember, at this point, she has no training. She's just giving in to her passions, which are leading to dark side forces. But Lula Talisolo gets there just in time to kind of talk Zeen off the edge. But that is not before we have all the characters joining up. We have Buckets of Blood. We have all these characters just like trying to force grip this shuttle that Marchion Row is trying to get out of there with Krix with. And it's this really triumphant moment where they're all trying to use the Force to bring this thing back. Unfortunately, the Squall Spider comes along and literally picks it up like a crane, picks up this transport, and just gets out of there. Meanwhile, you had Yoda that was also on Quantxi. He came across Elder Trumac, who is the elder that had the information about the Nile, for the Nile to get this ancient artifact. And you know, Trumac talks to Yoda and says, look, I can give you the location of this place. And Yoda says, okay, that's something I want to do. We have history back on this thing with Dalna, which is this planet. We don't know anything about that backstory, but apparently they had met each other before, which is why Yoda says, okay, I'm going to go on this journey. They show up to this location, which is called Vrant Tarnum, and they get shot down. That's the last we see of Yoda for so far. But at the end of this issue, it really comes together great because this is the culmination of these 5 issues in this one arc. We have both Zeen Morala as well as Krix, both kind of going through parallel journeys where they're discovering themselves and where their place in the galaxy lies. And it's really great artwork done by Harvey Halbal, because we have this dissection in the page where it's like, okay, you have what is actually happening with Krix going on at the same time as Zeen Morala. So Krix is getting a talking to by Marchion Row, and this is the crazy part. Marchion Row actually removes his helmet. We actually see his face, and he places his helmet on top of Krix, and Krix is somebody that resonates with Marchion Row because Krix basically reminds Marchion of his younger self. And he gives Krix this very important mission to watch over this outpost on Vrant Tarnum while he goes away. And he finds this artifact that he wanted to find for a very long time. And Zeen Morala, on the other hand, she's too old to become a Jedi, kind of like Luke was, too old to begin the training, all that kind of thing. But they do acknowledge, you know, the different masters and a different Jedi like Lula. They do acknowledge that, hey, you know, maybe we should help her learn her abilities. She might not become a Jedi, but at least she's going to be aware of what she's doing, so she's not really a danger to herself. So at the end there, we have Krix and we have Zeen both accepting the decisions that they will continue on these journeys that are both going to be very parallel to one another, but one on the dark side of things, one on the light side of things. So there you have it. That was the conclusion to the first arc in the High Republic Adventures. I wanted to get through this with you guys because this does carry a lot of weight going into Wave 2 of Phase 1. We're going to see ramifications of this story continuing in A Race to Crash Point Tower, also written by Daniel Jose Older. And we're going to see stuff with Marchion Row continue in The Rising Storm by Kevin Scott. So yes, it's what's really good about these comics is they're all very much important and integral to the story overall of of the High Republic. Some really cool things I noticed in this issue specifically was that there was a Savrip that was from the Old Republic video game or the PC game. They were on Ord Mantell, an enemy you could kill. Just a lot of great action, lots of bravery by Farzala and Court, who are this duo that were able to just stand across like all these Nile and just fight them off as everybody's doing their own thing. It was cool seeing the Squall Spider. That will pop up later on in Star Wars The High Republic. But overall, this was a fantastic first arc in Star Wars The High Republic Adventures. Daniel Jose Older really creates a story that is leaps and bounds like over what I've read in this IDW label. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot more attachment to these characters. They're original characters, and there's dark moments in here, moments of levity, moments of absolute comedy, but it just feels so quintessential Star Wars, and it's the best thing I could say about a new comic series. So what did you guys think of the High Republic Adventures issue number 5? What do you think about all the issues running up to number 5? Let me know in the comment section down below. For more on Star Wars and the High Republic, you can go ahead and subscribe to this channel so you never miss on any of that content. And I do have a weekly Star Wars podcast called Outer Rim Transmission. Search it on Apple, Google, Spotify, and please do subscribe to that. That is going to do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.